Hello, investing world. This is Lifestyle Investing, where we invest. Dude, I was gonna say my slogan, man. I got a slogan, man.
I'm sorry.
We invest based off our lifestyle to build that future lifestyle.
That's right.
Dude.
Okay.
What's up?
I had to do it, man.
I know.
I like it.
All right.
I love it, man.
We got Luda.
I gotta get involved here.
Luda.
All right.
So super pumped to have Ludamir in here.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours. Just want to give some background. I have huge respect for this guy. He's done a lot.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of things. Invested in real estate. He's done contracting work, flooring work. He's done some other side businesses that have gone up. Some have gone down.
Yeah.
But the beauty is he's always learned from it and kept going. Right? Failures never stopped him. He's always kept going, and that's something that I want you guys to really listen to this guy because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me today. It's all about, I think, like you just said, it's all about being disciplined. That's key to success. And I think that's what people are lacking nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So it's really focusing in on, your mental and physical game, right?
Yeah.
That's the number one step to success.
Yeah, talk, man.
So really, people, they see me as a successful, in what I do. I've done it all. I had small businesses. I'm currently at Amazon, so I manage about a $10 billion account with 3 other people. So I've been all over the place. But I got there because of my mental game and my physical game, right? So that's the number one key steps into being successful is
in anything.
Exactly.
And so that's an investor, an employee,
exactly.
A husband, a sister, a friend.
Exactly. And so that's what most people miss though. That's what most people miss. Most people want to jump into things. They only see what's at the surface level. Right. They only see the success. They don't see anything from the bottom, right? Our failures, our long days, long nights working, people rejecting us. They don't see what's underneath, kind of like an iceberg. They only see the top craft. And so we really have to focus in on our mind and body before you jump into anything, before you jump into investing, before you jump into, buying a house, going to school, like getting an education. You have to be physically and mentally sane. So
that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really the key. So
talk about what that looks like. Just
really what that looks like is having. For me, is having 8 hours of sleep. So you have to make sure you have the proper sleep. You have to have the proper work-life balance. So everything to success is like a formula to me. I look at the top athletes. I look at the top investors, Warren Buffett. You have Bill Gates, like these are at the top of their craft. And so for me, it's starting off with meditation. This is weekly meditation, weekly work-life balance. So making sure you're not overworking yourself. Yep. You're working 10 hours max.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. So that's what most people miss. Most people want to really just grab the fruit from the tree. They don't want to actually physically plant the tree.
Whoa!
So that's really one of the biggest
mind bombs.
One of the biggest things.
Yeah.
Right. So and
that's so true. I mean, you can relate. People, I'm sure everybody can relate to that. You see it. You see the stuff. You see the cars.
Exactly.
You see everything. You're like, I want that.
No, I want it, but I don't want to work for it. I want it, but I don't want to work for it. So again, today's lesson, I think really inspiring people to be more driven in whatever craft you do is simply make sure you're getting the proper sleep. Make sure you get the proper exercise. And then set your goal. Like this number 2 step is set a goal and be disciplined to achieve that goal. Not 10 goals at a time, which most people try to do and it never works. Right. Is set one goal. If it's working out, if it's reading a book, just read and finish that damn book. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
deep, man.
Yeah, one page at a time.
Yeah. And I know with the growth that I've had, I mean, like we were talking about before we were filming, last time you saw me, I was a lot bigger. I've dropped like 95 pounds in one.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
That's huge.
It's such a big deal. It's a person that I've dropped. But it didn't change. The change didn't occur until I had the why. You know, the goal was there. Like the goal became clear when I had the purpose for it. So tell me a little bit about that. You know, like because the why for me was I was on a ride with my daughter. They shut it down because the thing wouldn't latch, and I was pretending that it would. It was super embarrassing, and I had to tell her, "You can't ride this because I'm too big." And I just imagined this whole life of me having to tell her that, and I didn't want to do that. So my why was so huge that I had. The goal became like be healthy, be somebody who can like interact with my daughter. So what's that why? Like, is the why play a role for you? Or
definitely. I mean, there has to be a why with any goal, and every person's why is different.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But for me, like, you know, I've lived in a very poverty, you know, place. Like my parents growing up were really poor. Like I remember when I was like 2-3 years old, I remember like still in Poland when my mom, she couldn't, you know, feed us. Like I remember she gave us rice for dinner. So we didn't have food. And I was at that state. My dad was off working. Like, I don't want to be at this point where like it's hard for me to get food. So like my why is I want to be supportive of my family. Number one, like I want to give back to my family. And then I want to give back to the community. Like I want to share this story with people and motivate people to do the same for their families. Right.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Right?
That's powerful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So like I read this really great book. And it was okay. It was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh, Jesse said
there was one quote. There was one quote.
2 guys so far have said that book.
And that quote, there was one quote in the book that said, you know, my poor dad told me that he'd rather be happy than rich. And my rich dad told me that, why can't I do this, both of them? Like, why can't I have it both? And you totally can. And so, like, I thought about it like an open mind. Like, you have to be open mind. You have to think outside the box. If you want to grow and be successful, don't think like everybody else, like the traditional person. So
that's awesome.
I mean, it's just a start. It's just a start.
That's awesome. Well, hey guys, we're gonna wrap up. That's been 7 minutes with Bernie, Ludimir, Mike. We're super pumped. Lifestyle investing. You got some takes right now. Super pumped for the next video, guys.